So you took the profit leak detector assessment and it turns out that you have a predictable acquisition system leak. Well, you've come to the right place because I can help you fix that. Now, in this kind of series of videos, we talk about how more profit doesn't mean more work and vice versa. Having more work or working harder doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make more profit. You have to be working on the right thing. Now, the acquisition system of your business is the lifeblood of your business. I'm a little biased because I'm kind of a marketer at heart, but in my opinion, the acquisition system, and a repeatable one at that, is the most important thing in your business. Because if you don't know when your next customer is coming in or your next lead is coming in, it makes it really hard to scale a business. It makes it hard for you to hire people. It makes it hard for you to invest in equipment or space, or even to want to keep the business going yourself, regardless of who else works for you. It can be really scary to be in this feast or famine mentality. And I've been there a lot myself over my career. And thank goodness I've now figured out how to solve this problem. And I'm hoping that I can help you fix that problem yourself. So we talked about in some of the other videos, but we have this idea of a sales funnel, right? So you get your ideal customers coming in, your ideal avatars, leads. They go through a series of processes that are somewhat unique to your business, somewhat generalized amongst all businesses. And then ultimately you have a sale pop out. Now, one of the things that I see most often is if a business can handle doubling the amount of customers they have without any impact to their ops. So we ask a question, if you were to double your leads tomorrow, what would happen? If you didn't say that your business would break and that you could not fulfill it, then you have a scalable acquisition problem in your business. So a couple of ways that we identify this at 2x Profit is if somebody says we primarily work off of word of mouth. Because let's be real, like referrals are great. We love referrals. Our happy customers and friends, they send people to us. They're some of the most likely leads to close. They're also some of the easiest leads to close. It's a good thing. Big fan of easy leads. The problem is though, you cannot control how often people talk about you. It's very difficult to facilitate that. And so that largely leaves the lead flow in your business up to chance. It's a rough thing. So one of the things I like to ask about. I've got a dentist. I like my dentist. He's a great dentist. I never tell anyone about my dentist. I never bring up dentistry in casual conversations. If my friends ask me, hey, who do you go to for a dentist? Maybe I'd tell them. But I'm never at like a barbecue with 30 people. I'm like, wait, everyone, moment of silence as I talk about my dentist, right? This just doesn't happen. It doesn't make sense. And so for business owners that really rely on referrals to grow their business, it's typically because, well, one, they've gotten used to the easy leads, but it's because they don't know how to grow this repeatable, scalable acquisition process. So in one of my portfolio companies, I took it from $0 a month in revenue to over $500,000 a month in revenue, paying me over 7 figures a year in profit. And we get referrals, and referrals are nice. We got quite a few today, actually. It was pretty cool, yay. But I do not feel confident as the owner of that business making business decisions on the amount of referrals we get. Instead, I would rather make long-term structured and secure decisions based around the business fundamentals and the economics of our funnel. So I know that if I put between $20 to $22 in to our acquisition funnel, I will get a lead. I also know that 1 out of every 9 or 10 leads becomes a customer. So on average, we're paying around, we'll say $220 to get a customer into the funnel. Now, our average customer is paying us $1,800. Okay, so we got say we're going to round down to 200, just make it easier for me. Okay, so we got 200 going in, and we got 1,800 going out, right? We have some stuff that happens from point A to point B. We meet with the clients, we call them, we text them, we do the follow-up, we send the bids. So, there's a process, right? This is what makes our business special. This is our secret sauce. But at the end of the day, I put $200 into my acquisition system. I get $1,800 out. I have proven that this is the case for years now. And so if I want to know how to scale, so for example, if I want to say, okay, let's take our ad budget from $40,000 a month to $80,000, well, I now am reasonably confident what the outcome of that will be. As long as our close rates stay mostly similar, and as long as this number holds true and doesn't dip. Now, if this dipped to like $1,400 or $1,200, we'd probably have a bit of an issue we'd have to diagnose here. We wouldn't be making enough profit per customer to remain profitable as a business. But right here, as long as these metrics hold true, we're good to hit the gas as hard and as fast as we want. Now, this does a lot of good things. One, it makes my business incredibly valuable to a future acquirer if I ever decide to sell it. It also brings a lot of peace of mind to me as the owner, because I know that when I make a big investment in the business. So we have a software platform. I've spent a fortune on this stupid thing. Software is incredibly expensive to develop, but I know that if I write a check for $40,000 to develop this software platform, I know how many leads that's going to take me and how much time it will take me to recoup that investment. That's really nice. It also brings a lot of peace of mind to my team who isn't sitting there waiting for the phone to ring. They know we're going to get 50 to 70 leads today, right? And there's a bit of variance in 50 to 70. It's a big range, but it's never 10. It's never 200. It's usually 50 to 70. Once in a while, we'll get like 80 or 90. We rarely get below 50. And so this gives them a lot of confidence that they have stable jobs, which lets me attract better team members. It lets them feel more comfortable about career progression. And me as the owner, I don't have to worry about replacing them as much. So let's talk about how we can get a repeatable and scalable, predictable acquisition system built out in your business. Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to have what's called an offer, right? So if you think about fishing, right? We've got our little barbed fish hook there. We've got the fishing line. The offer is the bait that we're going to use to attract our leads. Now, the laziest offer is to put a coupon on there, right? So you can be like, hey, come, first time customers get so much money off, right? So that's a lazy offer. I don't like those offers because it eats your margins and you work too hard to give your margins away freely like that. Sometimes it might make sense, but more often than not, I think it's a bad way to do it. But what you could do is you could start bundling different businesses. So a mentor of mine, Alex Ramosi, incredibly sharp man, entrepreneur, very smart. He talks about how if your business sells, like say 4 things, so your main offer, your main service that you sell, you have 4 different things, you can take one of these and you can give it away for free as the offer. Put that on your hook, dangle out in front of your customers, and people who are your ideal customer avatar, so the people you're trying to attract, they will be interested in buying that. That's one way you can do it. Another thing is you can do special offers by combining different elements that typically aren't available. So for example, we just did a 2x profit audit for a mechanic who got himself in kind of a bad debt situation, unfortunately. Took out some loans before he encountered us, and he needs to pay off the loans. The interest rate's too high, his business isn't feasible with the loan sharks coming after him. And so we talked about doing what's called the fast cash play, which is how do you create an offer that provides a ton of value to a customer that they can buy today and then get value over a prolonged period of time. And what you're doing, you're kind of becoming your own credit card or your own bank. So what we talked about with this mechanic is say, hey, every time a first time customer comes in or a lead comes in, say, hey, we got this deal for you, right? So we got this little present. We'll make it look like a present there. So we got this present, and inside this present, we normally don't do this for people, but we'll give you A, B, C, and D for the price of, X dollars, right? And that's like Y dollars off. So, or another thing, we actually talked about this with the mechanic. Instead of doing Y dollars off, you can say, hey, we'll give this to you. It's going to save you like 20%, which is great. But the most important thing is when you buy this package, you get bumped to the front of the line. So if your car has a flat tire, you come in, anyone that's not on this program with you, they get bumped back, you get bumped to the front of the line. Anytime, your air conditioner goes out or whatever, you don't have to wait days and days and days to get it fixed. You bring it in, as long as there's no one else that's on this program that's ahead of you, you get bumped to the front of the line. This is very valuable. And so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to take something that is usually not offered, something that's very appealing and enticing to the right kind of customer, it has to be the right kind of customer, and we make that offer to them as a lead magnet. So what I talked to this guy about is you tie this into your marketing campaigns. So when you're running Meta ads or Google ads or on your website or you're doing webinars or whatever it is, you bring this up. Hey, first time customers get this thing. This is why you want it. It's an amazing offer. Normally we don't even give C and D away, but we're giving it away for a limited time only just for you because you're here today. We only run this promotion twice per year. So, and for first customers. So if you pass on it today, you got to wait another 6 months to get it. I would definitely recommend getting it today. I promise you, you're going to want this package, right? Very good stuff. Take that, tie it into your marketing funnel, use that to get the right people interested, and you can build a more sustainable funnel. Now, one of the hardest things about making videos like this is obviously everybody's business is different, right? I wish they're all the same, but they're not. And so I'm talking a lot of vague generalities now, but one of the things I love most about 2X Profit is when our clients come to us and they want help with their specific business. So you took the profit leak detector assessment, you got some great insights, some great results. The videos on this page will hopefully help you out, help you get in the right direction. But if you need that custom tailored approach where you want me and my team to sit down with you, analyze your offers, analyze your pricing, analyze the different components of your business, and help you build out a predictable customer acquisition system, we'd love to do that. I want to invite you to take advantage of something that we call our 2X Profit Audit. Our 2x profit audit is where my team and I take a deep dive into your business, and we are trying to look for the profit leaks, or in other words, the bottlenecks that are holding your whole business back. So one of the things you'll notice I talk about a lot is a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So if you have a chain of 5 links, you pull it really hard, it will break at the strength of the weakest link. Now, your business is nothing more than a chain full of business systems, right? You have marketing, sales, ops, onboarding, finance, HR, all these form a chain. Now, at any given point, there's only one place where your business chain will break. If you want to grow your business fast and profitably without increasing your work, because remember, it does not take more work to get more profit. You just have to work smarter, and you have to cut out the things that aren't going to move your business forward. But by focusing only on that weak link in your business chain, you can strengthen the chain as a whole, get the whole system moving forward, or in this case, get your business to pay you out more profit. So this is a really common one that people struggle with. A lot of times the solution is going to be around paid ads, some sort of like affiliate relationship, some sort of webinar, giveaway, in-person seminar. It really depends what your business is trying to do. But at the end of the day, you need a lever that every time you pull it, a certain outcome happens. Because until you have that lever, you're never going to feel fully confident as a business owner when it comes to scaling and making long-term financial projections or decisions. So once again, if you want our help setting up one of these for your business, I want you to click the button below, learn about our 2x profit audit, where we'll take a deep dive into your business and figure out the best approach to setting up this system for your business. Currently, we're doing the 2x profit audits for free, just as a way to, one, get more content for our business, but as a way to build trust with entrepreneurs. And what's in it for us? Why would we do this for free? Well, the answer is simple. We go and we do a deep dive in your business. We give you a strategy. Actually, here's one right here. We just did this for a medical clinic, I don't know, a month or two ago. And we were able to find a missing $700,000 of profit from making realistically 2 changes. There's 5 changes on here, but 2 of them were what was holding back the bulk of the profit. The business owner was so close to their business, so caught up in the weeds, they didn't see how obvious those changes were. But once those changes are made, I mean, an extra $700,000 a year in profit. That will more than 2x their profit. Pretty sweet gig. So if you want that, click the button below. Apply. We don't work with everybody. You do have to apply for it. You have to meet the criteria. You have to be doing at least $500,000 a year. You have to be a service-based business. We don't work with like software or e-com, anything like that. So it does have to be a service business. But once you do that, our team will take a look at your application and we'll let you know if we think we can make a business or a difference in your business. And if we can, we'll reach out.